Hi, my name is Evan Go, and I'm going to be your second affirmative speaker. To start, I'd like to give you guys a more basic outline of what the Gang of Eight plan for immigration reform actually is. On April 13th, the U.S. Senate Gang of Eight, composed of 8 different senators, Senators Schumer, McCain, Durbin, Graham, Menendez, Rubio, Bennett, and Flake, 8 different senators. They came together to write a 900-page proposal, including a 13-year path to citizenship. Just a basic amount of info about immigration in the U.S. There are approximately 5 million U.S. children with at least one undocumented parent, and the number of undocumented immigrant arrests numbered to around 3,600 between 2002 and 2006. And this created an emotional, financial, and developmental toll on the child. Immigration has always been a huge factor in the history of the United States, and even today, it's still a major topic of debate. Relating to my partner's information about language barriers in the U.S. Language barriers are a huge part of language barriers do hinder immigrants a lot in this country, whether it be through work, through school, or just simply trying to find a job. The immigration reform bill is being marked up today in the Senate and would provide lawyers to unaccompanied children and the mentally disabled in immigration court. And this is stated by William Finnegan from the New Yorker. In addition, Barbara Mujica from the Huffington Post state that whether immigrants become productive participants in the American economy or drag it down depends largely on their ability to speak the majority language. Regardless of whether or not you're a really hard worker, whether or not you have really strong capabilities, it'd still be very difficult to become successful and productive in the United States if you cannot speak English. Furthermore, from Barbara Mujica from the Huffington Post, she states that it is essential to ensure that immigrants learn English. The U.S. Census data suggests that immigrants' opportunities for gainful employment increase dramatically with knowledge of English. These 2 pieces of evidence state that without a very in-depth knowledge of the English language and how to speak it, you won't be able to get very far here in America. In response to border control, the Gang of Eight plan for immigration reform also has a very large focus on border control. Border security proposals, according to Carrie Dan from NBC News, states that border security proposals range from changes to the timeline for planned implementation to massive influxes of additional boots on the ground, increasing numbers of drones and cameras. While my opponent did say that this would not necessarily make America seem like a more immigrant-friendly country, it actually will help immigration in the long run, because these security measures actually help immigrants, because to come across illegally, there are a lot of dangers with that, and to erase those dangers, we need to make sure that people are following the right route to get to the United States. One interesting instance that I found was written by Christopher Walker from the Comprehensive Immigration Reform. He states that there are people in individual camps out near popular desert borders, crossing points, that document the rate of undocumented migration. They even turn away migrants they turn away or turn in migrants to U.S. Border Patrol. These people are making a profit from illegal immigrants by turning them into to the proper authorities. Now, this may seem good, but it is actually a negative, because this discourages immigrants from coming to our country, and that's not how America was founded. In order to improve border security, page 14, section 4 of the bill, according to Penny Starr from CNS News, page 14, section 4 of the bill states that that a Southern Border Security Commission may be certified and picked by the President and the leadership of the House and the Senate, composed of 6 members. This cooperation will be responsible for achieving 90% border security within 5 years. And along the way, they will be sending reports, and they will be traveling along the border to make sure that proper security measures are taking place. Fundamental to our lifestyles here in America is the right to is the guaranteed right of liberty, and the right to make a living, and the right to a fair playing field when it comes to getting a job. there are those that say that the bill might not pass. Well, in actuality, the bill is actually very close to getting passed. According to Elise Foley from the Huffington Post, Senator Majority Leader Harry Reid states, "We have 55 Democrats, and along the way they might lose 2 or 3. However, that would mean that they would only need around 8 Republicans, and he states that he already has 4 willing to support him. And in all, they only need 60 votes to pass the filibuster, which is the delay of the bill, which means that this bill will will be forced to be debated about. In addition, this bill is also very well supported. Mark Krikorian, the executive director of the Center of Immigration Studies, states that those behind the bill have lined up people in coalitions more effectively. This time they were more prepared, and that's why in general they've done better. He's stating, the Center of Immigration is actually against this bill, and he himself, the leader of it, is stating that the people that are working for the bill, the Gang of 8 senators and those behind them, are actually more prepared for this bill to pass. Last of all, Speaker of the House John Boehner, he could actually pass the bill, pass the House with the support from the Democratic side of the House, similar to the Violence Against Women Act, where he actually was able to pass it with support from the Democrat side of the House.